Good morning. Today is Friday, January 12th. Oh, yes, January 12th, 2017. Well, exactly 1 month ago, I was um, excited to, it was 3 days before break, and we were all excited for the holiday season. And now it's what I like to call the holiday hangover. It's January, things are going back to normal, everything is chill, everything's fine. I haven't forgotten that today is my anniversary with my wife this time. I mean, I didn't forget. I mean, it's just, it kind of came up last minute. Anyway, today's gonna be a good day, I think. A random test has to be done today. I mean, it's not a random test, but the way it was presented made it seem like it was a random test. Like, what I'm trying to say here is like, I had a plan, and then like I was just nonchalantly told that like, oh, this major test is due today, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll have to move around stuff, right? I was talking about this yesterday. Anyway, we managed, like my students managed to finish reading through the book, and I paced it out in a way. You could see in the back that I spent pretty much all day, talking about the elements of plot. And what's really interesting? That was probably the first time I like taught the elements of plot in the way I did, and it made me want to write. That's like the thing. That was my big takeaway. Like, I forgot how fun it is to do that, and like I know I've been kind of like in this kind of like I've been kind of like in this like mood where it's just like, man, it's like I really want to start talking more deeper stuff and all that stuff. And I was doing the elements of plot all week, and I think I got my fix out of it because like even though I simplified it, I didn't know I was like actually was able to teach it to the point where like the kids I can like put it to their level. And I forgot how passionate I was about it because I was like talking about like rising action and how important it is, how it's like 60% of the story. I told them just how like important a really good climax is, and I even showed an example. It was hilarious because if you guys are like anime watchers, I presented the example of Orimo, which basically had a really long rising action, but the climax was extremely disappointing for a lot of people to the point that they were burning books. And I thought that was like a great example to share because for one, it was an extreme example, and two, it was very like I think it helped them put to perspective just how important this plot was. And one student even said, "Why do people care so much? It's just a book." And I told him, and I was like, "This is actually pretty proud of it." I said, "Well, when you're someone who's been reading and interacting with these characters for an extended period of time, it's only natural to start caring about them, even though they're not like real in the literal sense. To many people, they're real in a metaphorical sense." And I hope the student got it. I mean, he just kind of like had a oh kind of moment, and like, I'm these days I don't really like to read into those kind of things to whether or not the kid got it or not. But as a teacher, I think I gave a pretty good, solid answer for the student. And yeah, I feel just a little bit rekindled. Like, this was like the first time in a while where I wasn't just talking about grammar and stuff. I was talking about plot. We were studying Zlati the Goat, and it's a very popular story from what I noticed. And I just told him that this is an excellent example of the elements of plot, mainly because it's got a satisfying conclusion. It's got a satisfying climax, and the endings are very well paced, and that's what I felt was really cool. Um, Now that I got this down, like I feel like I've just really legitimately taught it. I feel like I might want to actually go about with one of my big projects that I've been, well, not project, but one of my big things that I've been wanting to do, which is analyze a story from the Blizzard game Diablo 3, um, where they can study the elements of plot in there. They can talk about where the climax is a battle. You know, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could find out. Maybe we could see it. Who knows? I'm excited to find out. Today's gonna be the last day before a relatively long 4 day break, which is pretty good. Just always it's always the first week back, and this is the second week. You know, it still can get overwhelming sometimes, and being able to take a step back and just get like a Monday off, and then I have a teacher work day. Even though I'm gonna be here, it's gonna be it's relatively chill. I don't have to like plan for a lesson or anything. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. Get a chance to get some work done, get a chance to look back into my planning stages and see what needs to be done. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all I got today. I look forward to the day. Today's gonna be a good day. My camera keeps flickering for some reason. I don't know if it's gonna show. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye.